Hello everyone, this is Aarti Rathod and I welcome you all to my channel Green Coder. In this series of learning programming in C, today we are going to discuss about execution of C program. In the previous video we have discussed the basic structure of C program. With the help of structure we come to know how to write a very simple program. Okay, but after writing the C program, how to execute it, it is very important. So today we will discuss the execution of C program with the help of flowchart. Okay, there are so many programs which actually invoke, and those programs are converting source code file into different files, and at the end we are getting the output. Okay, and see, this execution process of C program actually works on one model where first of all translation, then linking, and then loading is happening. Okay, so let us begin. See, this is the very simple program, and consider this program is a test program. We have given the name of the program as a test. So the C program is having a .c extension. Okay, so whenever we are writing the program in C, we have to store that program with .c extension. So consider this is the source program. Okay, with .c extension. Here we have a program with the name test and we have given it as a extension .c. Okay, so first of all, what happens whenever we compile it, execute it, the pre-processor. See, first of all, compilation is done and then the execution taken place. So during the compilation, the source code program will be taken as an input for the preprocessor. So this preprocessor will take source program as an input, and what it will do? See, first of all, this preprocessor will remove all the command lines from the program. What it will do? It will remove all the command line from the programs. Okay. Then the next step is, whenever this preprocessor will find this kind of hash directive, it will going to remove that statement. See, why we use this statement? Because see, this printf statement, this output statement is supported by this library, and that is why we are including this standard input output header file, and the actual definition of this printf is in this header file. That is why we are including it. So what preprocessor will do here? It will remove this line with the actual code of standard input output header file. Okay, so this preprocessor will remove that header file statement, and here the actual code of standard input output header file will be appended. Now the next thing is also the hash directive. So it is going to also remove this statement with the actual value of pi. So wherever in the program we have used pi, this preprocessor will replace pi with the actual value. For example, suppose we have written some statement here like area is equal to pi into r. Okay, so now this line will be removed, and instead of pi we will get 3.14 over here. So the preprocessor will expand our source code. Okay, so um, this after this expandable code, what we will get? We will get one file, and the name of the file will be taste.i. We will get the intermediate code. Okay, we will get the expandable code, and that is why the name of the extension of the file is taste.py. Okay, preprocessor will remove all the command line from the program. It will also remove all the include statement which we have used just to define header files. Okay, with the actual code of that header file. Next, it will also remove all the definition constant like we have used for the pi. Okay, so the pi will be replaced with the actual value of pi. This is the task of the preprocessor. It will generate source code into expandable code, and we are getting after the expandable code we are getting one file. The name of the file is test.i. Okay, now this file test.i will be taken as an input for compiler. Now the role of the compiler will come. What compiler will do? It will compile this file, this expandable code. So during the compilation, if any syntax error is there, then we have to go back to our source code and we have to correct that. Okay, if any error is there, syntax error means if we forgot to write down this bracket, then compiler will give you are missing this and curly bracket. Okay, so compiler is going to check whether any syntax error is there or not. If there is no error, then this compiler will generate one file which will contain assembly code, and that extension of the file will be .asm. Now to convert this assembly code into machine code, we have an assembler. So now the role of the assembler will be there. So assembler is going to convert this into object code. Okay, so this is called the translation, this is called the compilation. Okay, I told you just before that execution of C program works on one model where first of all translation is done, then linking is done, and then loading is done. Okay, so from here to object code, from test.c to object code is called translation, or you can say compilation. Okay, and after compilation, linking and loading is done, and this is called the execution. Okay, this is compilation, and after compilation the execution is taken place. Now let us discuss how linking is done. See, once we generated this object file, this object file comes with the linking, with the linker. Okay, consider I have a code of 10,000 lines. So rather than writing that program into single file, if I will write that program into multiple files, in multiple modules with different files, then it becomes very easy for us to understand it, because 10,000 line is a very big program. Okay, so after writing this into different module in different file, we will generate different object file. Okay, so now the linker is going to combine all this object file into single unit, and it will generate exe. Okay, what linker will do? Linker will link all the files, all the object files which is needed into single object, and after combining this file, it will generate one exe. So this is the role of linker. After generating exe, it is ready to execute. But how execution is taken place? Now the role of loader comes. Loader will load this file into RAM. See, during the execution of any application or any program, the file or exe is first taken into RAM for the execution. So here the loader will load that exe into RAM for the execution. Okay, so here loader will execute this file. So during the execution, we are also providing input if necessary. If program is written like where input is necessary, so we will provide input at this time during the execution. And if any error is there, like a data error or any logical error is there, so we will go back to our source program and we will correct it. Okay, data or logical error. So if any logical error or data error is there, then we will again go back to the source program and we will correct it. Okay, but if there is no error, then we will get output. Okay, so from here .c to .object is called the translation or compilation. From object code to exe, this is the linking is happening, and from exe to output is the role of loader. Okay, so I hope you guys are able to get this point, the execution of C program. Okay, in the next video we will see how we can write program in using IDE. Okay, and we will also execute that program, how to compile it and how to run it. That we will see in the next video. Okay, I hope you guys got this. If you have any doubt for the execution of C program, then you can write in the comment box. Okay, thank you so much.